Hi and welcome, it's Ruth here at Artful Stampin, and normally we'd be doing a masculine Monday, but I'm hoping that this bunting kind of fits sort of into that category. I've just realised I think I might have gone live and oh no, yes there are people. Yes I am live. Oh great, okay. Sorry, wasn't sure if I'd changed my settings by accident and done it as an unlisted, so anyway, hello everybody, welcome. So I'm going to be making my bunting that I was going to make yesterday and then time just went. So I thought rather than coming on and being rushed and that kind of thing, it was better just to come on when I could. So I've already cut out quite a few bits and pieces, as you can see. I've also found in my stash, I have a box full of tags, and these were cut ages ago, and I even think this card isn't Stampin' Up card. It's just a yellow card that I cut up loads of tags with. However, I will get using it. Then I found this die cut from a while back. This is actually retired, but I thought, oh, that fits in with the colours. I've cut out loads of leaves and some various other bits of dies and things. I've also cut out some rectangles of colour. So I've got the papers that were available during celebration if you signed up as a demo, and just some retired stuff. And I've got various circles and things and leaf cutouts and pretty things, and I've got He Is Risen cut out. Now this alphabet set is all lowercase, if I can find it. Here it is, hand lettered prose dies. They're all lowercase, but I really wanted the H to be capital, so I've cut out an exclamation mark bit and I'm going to stick that onto the H like that to make it look like a capital. There we go. What do you think? So hello everybody, thanks for joining. We've got Steph and Gina and Christine and Claire and Monica and Sheila and Kay. So yeah, mainly yellows and blues. We've also got a little bit of crumb cake in there as well. And yeah, I guess it could be called masculine, you know. So what I'm going to do is just lay out my labels to start off with before I start sticking loads of stuff down. And I don't know, maybe we'll do 2 up there as well. And I'd like to use this piece for the H and the R, so H, E, I, S, R, and then these there, because I want it to stand out a little bit more. Maybe I don't need to use that blue there, it clashes with it a bit, doesn't it? So H, E, and then the R there. So I definitely want to use that. Now it's being slightly lost behind having the yellow on the yellow, so I'm thinking, what about putting a bit of blue behind there and a little bit of blue behind there? So this really is a lesson in contrasts and making sure things stand out, because that is kind of the important thing. If you're doing some sort of bunting, you've got to make sure that the words, the letters, that is the standout thing. So it is important to work with contrasts and stuff on this sort of thing. So then I've got, you know, this kind of thing here. Now it could be that we have enough for, let's see how many of these I've got. Got that there. Got that there. There we go. And then we've got 1, 2, 3 left. So I don't know, we could do that. I could cut out some more brown and have those on there. So let's do 3 of those. Let's see where that takes us. Now this is the only punch I'm using that is actually retired. So this is the 1 3/4 inch punch, and that one's retired. So that will do for my other letters. So there we go. So I'm missing an E. No, an I and an E there somewhere. Oh, there's the E. Gosh, it all goes, your eyes go a bit weird. Right, so it's basically yellow with navy, mainly, with some crumb cake in here as well. Okay, that's the kind of thing that we're going for. Right, and then we have some lovely bits and bobs that we can play with. So I've got, let's have a look, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 I think of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So let's see if we can pop those under there, and there like that, and then oh, maybe one there, there, there. Oh yes, it goes plaid, non-plaid, plaid, non-plaid, plaid, non-plaid, plaid, non-plaid, plaid. Right, okay, that works. Then we've also got some leaves. So we have got some of these to decorate around and about, which will be nice. And also I've cut out some, this is the first time I've used them because I was gifted this, the dies from the lily pad celebration set, and I've not used them yet, so I wanted to perhaps have these as bits of yellow coming from some of these pieces here. Oh no, let's not have that one over there, have that one over here. So those are I was gonna pop in various places, which would be quite nice. Hi, who's just come in here? Hi Esther. You thought it was Welsh. Hi Vicky, nice to see you. Okay, and then we've got these lovely crumb cake leaves as well, which I thought would be nice to decorate. And I've got some spare crumb cake, which I could cut out some more leaves with. So I think I might do that now, actually. So this is going to be very much a kind of assembling video. It's hopefully going to give you some inspiration for how to use your dies and your die cuts. Sorry if this is a bit noisy. Once it's done, it's done. There we go. Yeah, how to use them. Now, because I'm doing a great big long piece of bunting, you of course can adapt just one section of this and use it on a card. Okay, you don't have to. Now this flower here, this is from the what's it called? The one that goes with the roses. Oh, can't remember what it's called. Anyway, I'm going to cut this in half because I thought it might be quite nice to make it go a bit further, so you can tuck them like that. See, make it go further. Then we've got this lovely bit of yellow as well. So how many are on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if I cut these into 4, I could have a bit of that there, like that. And a bit to there. Oops. I've got 2 of those. So, that'll make sense if that goes over there then. So it's worth, when you're doing a project like this, just cutting out loads of bits and pieces. I think I explained that last time. You know the bunting I did a few weeks ago with all the tulips and everything? It's so much more fun to put together a big project like this once you've cut everything out. Of course, you could have a few punches lying around still just in case you need some additional bits and pieces. But if you get the bulk of it done, then it does make it that much more pleasurable. So let's put a few leaves under here. We've got two Vickies. Ah, hi Vicky. Vicky and Vicky. We've got Vicky Allenson in Australia. Got Vicky Biggs from the UK. What fun. And Levine. Hi Christine. Nice to see you. Right, I'm just trying to see what other crumb cakey bits I've got here. So there we go. I might do a separate one for my dragonfly because it's so big here, isn't it? This dragonfly is so big that I kind of need a separate thing for it. So it might be nice just to have it on the end. Yes, lovely, thank you. I did, Gina. I don't know about anybody else, but I did. So I'm just going to do my little tweezer trick of twisting the leaves so they're a little bit more 3D. And I actually put the two together to make it a bit easier to do. So who's here on a live that hasn't been on a live before? Welcome to my channel, everybody. And if you're not a subscriber already, please do hit that subscribe button, which hopefully is in plain sight just down there on the bottom right hand corner. Right, so let's get sticking some of this down. And I have plugged in my hot glue gun already because I wanted to speed do this. Oh dear, poor Dina. Oh dear, that's not nice. Has she got someone in there being admin for her? Hope they don't come in here. Oh well, we'll get rid of them. We'll get rid of them. I've got Esther. She's quick-fingered. Aren't you, Esther? Ooh, we had intruders. Oh gosh, no, that's not good. Okay, I'm going to do my little trick of just putting glue in the middle, popping that down, because I want to slip the leaves underneath. And I don't know if it's just me, but once I've got my circle there, I find it so much easier to kind of figure out where I want everything to be. So I'm just going to pop a blob of glue on there and then slip that under. There we go. Bob's your uncle. Well, I think you can report yourself, but in terms of actually getting them off the broadcast, the person who's broadcasting or any other admin have to do it. So That's why I have Esther as my admin, because she's usually on here. Well, generally she's on here with me. So just makes it a bit easier rather than me trying to faff around pressing lots of buttons. Right, I'm just going to put that to one side. I'm not going to stick my word down just yet. Oh, she did block them, or did she silence them? Because there's different when it comes up, there's different options. Unless they've got some fancy dancy way of getting back in. I mean, some people are in the know about these things. I did think of doing that, Kay, but the hashtag's got 2 lines through the middle. And at the time I was like, oh, how am I going to figure that one out? I'd have to cut a piece off, wouldn't I? I could still do it, actually. Let me have a look. Ooh. Yeah, I'd have to just cut a section out, wouldn't I? I'll have a go. Yeah, if you don't like anything that someone says on here for whatever reason, you can. Oh dear, I squished that onto there. I don't want that on there. You can block people yourself. And just while I'm here talking about online things and comments, please remember that this is a public place. So if you do make personal comments about your lives, or you put personal information on here, just remember it is public. So if you ever want to go back in and delete your own comments, you are welcome to do so, and I advise you to do so if you feel that perhaps you overshared. So, which is very easy to do. You know, we all get chatty and start talking about things and whatever, so it is easy to do. Right, I'm just going to rip off the little stems of here because I want them to tuck right under. So I'm going to pop these under first. Oop. Pop that in, like that. Oh, come on. What's the die from you that I just used? Sorry, to cut what now? Sorry. This one, this one. It's the one that was available during Celebration. Lily pad dies that were free during Celebration. Oh, Wild Rose dies. That's the one I cut those flowers from. Wild Rose. I'm ending up with a bit of glue showing here, which, never mind. Oh, hello. That is late night. Hello, you two. Nice to see you, though. It's a bit late for me as well. I'm not really meant to be on at this time of night, but the evening went away with me. Oh, fabulous, Janice. Yeah, I heard that heard on the grapevine that would be happening. Are there any should we have a quick gander? Should we have a quick look, everybody? Let's have a look. What's the Stampin' Up clearance rack has updated. So let's just see if we can find any bargains. Shop. Ooh, sales and specials, clearance. Oh, what's that? See if you can see that. Night Before Christmas Memories and More pack. the skate dies, the Christmas cardinal dies. Oh, glitter. Hummingbird framelets. Some ribbon. Oh, a tag project kit. Oh, real red glimmer. The mercury glass acetate. Oh, the enamel dots. I love those. Frosted frames dies. Papers down to £4.30. Card and envelopes £4.10. Oh, embossing folder, lace folder. Load more. Oh, more? Is there more than that, Janice? It's not loading. So there's quite a few little Christmassy bits there, guys. Oh, thank you. Did I just get given a cake? Thank you very much. Whoever sent me that. Katie sent me that cake emoji. Wonderful. Right. Yeah, so there's some nice little Christmas kits. If anyone's interested in getting a head start on Christmas, that, I mean, let's have a look. That £13 one. It's a tag kit, and you get a box. You get various bits to make tags. You get stamps. Look nice. It's a shame there's no other pictures. Anyway, if you've got the old Christmas catalogue, it'll be in there. There we go. Right, sorry. We interrupt this broadcast with a little... Right, let's get on. So that can go there. Let's work on is. I'm just going to move these aside for a second. Right. This is quite therapeutic, actually. Once you've got all your bits cut out, it's great fun. So who's eaten too much chocolate then, eh? I made quite a lot of muffins today. I discovered I had 3 bananas that were on the very ripe side. So I found a recipe in my Nigella. Now, I think it's the Domestic Goddess book that I've had for ages, but I hadn't really made lots of recipes out of. And the day before, I made her flourless chocolate lime cake, and it turned out very nicely. Oh yes, I'd mentioned I was going to do it, didn't I, the other day? And yeah, I think the children found the texture a bit unusual because it's made with almonds rather than flour. So if you're not used to that kind of texture, it does throw you a little bit. But I thought it tasted really lovely. And it is quite chocolatey with just that hint of lime. It just has 1 lime in it. And yeah, no, I thought it was quite nice. Ooh, a butter what? Butter pecan cake. That sounds lovely. Oh, Anne-Marie. What, a poll directly on the live or on? I've done it on my community page before, Vicky. Well, I can do it in the live. Let's see. Oh no. Oh no, no, oh dear, what am I pressing? No, I don't want to cancel. Oh, cancel. Oh no, cancel. Oh, I don't know. I'm going to stop playing, Vicky, because I'm pressing all sorts of buttons here. I'm gonna lose you all if I'm not careful. Oh, nice, Kay. Well, today I made her recipe for banana and chocolate muffins, which was super easy to do. May did most of the mixing and the mashing and the whatever for that. And then I noticed, you know when you get some apples that just don't get eaten and they sort of start to go slightly wrinkly, and no one's, they're the last one anyone wants to eat out of the fruit bowl. So they just sort of sit there and they sit there and they sit there until eventually you go, oh, just chuck it because it's gone mouldy, But I wanted to use them before it got to that point. So I looked up apple muffin, and Nigella's got an apple muffin recipe. And then the other thing is I've got loads of yoghurt from my friend who's a chef who was clearing out, and I've got tons of natural yoghurt in my fridge. And it used a bit of yoghurt. Disappointingly, it didn't use a lot of yoghurt. It used about 60 mils, but there we go. So yeah, the apple muffins had yoghurt, honey, which I do have a lot of honey because my friend is a beekeeper and I have honey. And now the only thing is I've realised my sense of smell still hasn't fully returned, because I opened the jar of cinnamon and I said, May, just smell this. Tell me that does it smell? And she went, oh yeah. She sort of like pulled back in disgust. Not because she doesn't like cinnamon, it's just, when you sniff a whole jar of the stuff, it's a bit different, isn't it, than when you eat it. And I could barely smell it, to be honest. So I don't know if it's just certain smells I'm still not registering or what, I don't know. But it was just a bit disappointing then eating it, really, because I couldn't really smell what I was eating. So. Oh, lemon and apple scones. Oh, tell me more. Well, I thought, oh, I might do some cheese and apple scones. Those are quite nice. I need to do a shop tomorrow, so I've been writing down things that I'm running out of so that I can whip round the supermarket. Hi, Teresa Viramontes. Great to have you with us. We've ended up talking about food again, so if you're new to my lives, just to warn you, we end up talking about food, as well as doing some crafting. Oh, hello, Neverana. I usually do apple flask with those apples. That is apples with onions and speck or bacon served on rye bread. Ooh. Oh, Christine's looking at the clearance rack. Yeah, each regions might be slightly different. It depends what sort of sold out or didn't sell in each region, doesn't it? I want a leaf there, and then I want one of these leaves. Oh, there's a spare one there. want one of these tucked under. Sorry, do ask me any questions as I'm doing this. I'm just kind of like wittering along really. I've hardly used any of my blue leaves so far. I might just leave them and then have a look at everything together once I'm done, and then see where the gaps are in the shapes and colours and things. Right. Running out of glue. Hiya, Tonya. These larger leaves, they are from the Wild Rose dies. So that large leaf there. And then these delicate sort of cut out leaves are from that as well. Oh, lovely to see you, Tonya. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, do catch the replay. Oops. Oop, 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 oop. No. I get my fingers stuck onto things. Okay. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to swap out. I'm going to have the set of 4 with the set of 4 and the set of 5 with the set of 5. I'm happier with that. Ooh, ooh, go on, go on. Oh my goodness, I'm getting everything stuck. Okay, quick, get that down. Okay, this is good. I can hide that bit of glue that's just there with that leaf. Oh, Steph, sorry. Got you having a nose at the clearance rack, have we? Anything in there you like, Kay? Oh, I've got far too much glue on there. Let's shove another leaf in there. There we go. Okay, that's the eye. I think I've inadvertently thrown out the dots for the eyes when I tidied up my desk earlier, but then I thought I'll probably stick some gems or something on, so it'll be fine. Hey, Carol. Koineki. Great to have you with us. Is this the first time you've caught the live? Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania 65,000. Thank you. What's the origins of your name, Carol? Konyeki. Oh, well, you're very welcome. Oh, that's a good idea for apples, Christine. For using up oldish ones, because, yeah, it's quite forgiving putting them in casseroles, isn't it? Ah, I wondered if it was Polish. We've recently had quite a few Polish people moving to my town, so I'm getting used to some of the Polish names. Yes, apples and red cabbage make a good combination. Quite Christmassy flavours. Oop, go on and you go. Oop. Right, he is R-I-S with... Hi Wanda, yes, how you doing? I'm not talking to you from the future. Oh, nothing much new. Oh, okay, Gina. You guys obviously sold well in Canada, so you haven't got much in there. Oh, Wanda and Wanda. Great. Good old YouTube. It knows what you want. What's funny for me is sometimes I'm watching a video, a crafty video, and then it sends it to myself. I'm like, nope, I don't need to go there. And 2 Christines as well, Esther. Right, I definitely want some blue leaves on this one. Oh, sorry, they spelled he is risen. This is a slightly belated Easter bunting that I'm making. I should have done it last week, to be honest. But Easter really did creep up on me this year. I think it was Wednesday when it properly sunk in. When it actually was going to be happening. Thank you, Gina. Okay, we're on to the last one now, and then we'll step back from it, have a look, see what else it needs. Yeah, banner, bunting, pennants, same difference. Oh, you stamped on eggs. Oh, that sounds cool. Oh, I'm not sure I have. Just about seeing the video about reinkers and using them on eggs. Sounds a nifty idea. Yeah, it's under there. The R. Ooh, Janice has just sent me the recipe for the scones. Oh, grated lemon peel. Oh, yum. I've got some lemons. Marvellous. Right. I've got one of these little ones left. Might be nice to have that there. And then I can always cut out a few more leaves just to put around that section there. And then we're going to just have a look at it. So, I don't know what, if I put that there, H-E-I-S, oh, wrong way around. Right, so I've got loads of the blues left over. I don't really want the blue clashing over there, so I won't put any blue on that one. But I could possibly put some on here. There we go. Shove that in there. Cut that off. Thanks, guys. Oh, Steph, what are you ordering? Yeah, I've made a capital H out of the normal H, and then I've put the bit of the exclamation mark. But Kay has suggested that I use the hashtag. So I'm thinking I might cut this out. I won't stick it down tonight, and I'll do it tomorrow. I'll cut it out and see which one I prefer. Right, so that's got a bit of blue leaves on it. This could do with some blue on it, couldn't it? That there. And there. And there. Then there's, I think, yeah, that this could take a few blue. That's already got some on it. That's already got quite a bit of, that's already got quite a bit of blue showing on it already. Oh, thanks, Carol. Yeah, please do hit the like or the thumbs up button, whatever you want to call it. It all helps. Oops. Okay. Got to stick these ones under yet, haven't I? Thanks, everybody. I'm really happy with this colour scheme. It's really bold and fun, and it's quite striking. Oh, and I'm using Night of Navy, one of Janice's favourite colours. Right, did I stick all those in? Yes, those all stuck in. Those stuck in, yep. Right, I'm thinking a few more beige leaves on that one. See if I can squeeze some out of this bit of paper. It's amazing what you can squeeze out of some scraps. Night night Navarana, thank you for joining. Sorry it's been so late tonight. What was that tip from Anne-Marie? I think I missed that one. Oh, come on, glue. There we go. Off you get. Oh, early espresso can cover the grey. Yeah, I sort of caught a glimpse of that. I used to work in a hairdresser's when I was a teenager. I was a Saturday girl. And then when I went to uni, my sister Helen then took over from the same job. And then when Helen went to uni, Esther took over the same job. So the owners had 3 of us sisters working there over a number of years. And ladies would come in to have their roots touched up. And we had this nifty trick for getting the stain off their foreheads if it got on it. You're going to be disgusted by this, I know you will. Unless, of course, you used to work in a hairdresser's yourself and you know exactly what I'm going to say. And I just remember it was the days when people smoked. Still smoked a lot and indoors, and the proprietors smoked. So they would keep the ash from their cigarettes, and it would make a really good exfoliant. So we'd get balls of cotton wool and wet them and then dip them in ash and then scrub the top of your hairline where the stain got onto the top, and it was just basically an exfoliant, and it would just exfoliate and get rid of the staining, which of course no ladies want staining. Oh, Steph, really? Wowzers. Oh, well, that's a lovely idea, Wanda. Are they doing broadcasts from their home, or how are they doing church at the moment? Okay, I do want to put some blue on here, but I don't want it to interfere with the H, so I'm going to tuck it where I know that the H isn't going to be. Oh yes, you would have got Stampin' Rewards, so you would have got your £15 Stampin' Rewards, Steph. Yeah, I know, Christine. But I don't know if it was just because it was so much more commonplace to smell cigarettes then. That ladies were really just accepting of it, and it didn't smell too bad. It kind of went on, then it got washed off, and they were kind of none the wiser, really. Sorry, I don't mean none the wiser. I think they did realise what we were doing to them, but it didn't bother them. Mind you, probably some of them smoked anyway, so. And now I'm going to have to take this leaf is going to have to go because, I can scoot it over because otherwise it's going to interfere with the H. There we go. Right. So this is a really important thing to remember, that when you're using such bold colours like this, that you make sure you don't have, if you want your letters to stand out, you do not have it anywhere near the decor bits. Okay? So I think that's what I'm going to do to that one, because it might be that I need, by the time I've cut that out and stuck that on, it might be a different shape completely. Right, so we're getting there. I think it's time to stick these letters down. I'm just going to have to be brave. Just do it. Just do it. I'm just cutting this blob of glue off here. It's really bugging me. There we go. Right, I wonder if I can do this with hot glue or whether I should just do it with my glue, my normal glue. It did do the trick, didn't it, Esther? Do you remember the lady who was always late and we always used to make her appointment half an hour later? Our boss always used to, like, every week she'd say, oh yes, can I have my 11 o'clock appointment? And be like, yes. And we'd put her in for 11:30. Because she was always late. I can't remember which dodgy guy that was, Esther. There was a lovely guy who used to come in, and he and I got on really well because we both loved theatre. And when I was just about to go to uni, he took me to the theatre and took me for a meal. He was so lovely. I know that might sound a bit dodgy. It really wasn't. He was much older than me. And he wasn't. Anyway. I had nothing to fear, put it that way. The actor's mum, you can... Yeah, or you put Vaseline or something, a barrier on your skin before you do your colouring. Yep. Oh no, Wanda, how annoying. Your antivirus not catch it. That's frustrating. Sorry, I've got some sort of cloggage in my glue and it's being a bit of a pain. Are you able to get Zoom on your phone, Wanda? Who was the actor's mum, Esther? I can't remember. Was it a famous actor? So we lived in North London, Crouch End, and there are quite a few famous people who live in that area. Currently, one of my favourite actors lives in that area now. The guy who played Mr. Tumnus in Narnia. James McAvoy. James McAvoy now lives where we used to live. And his kids play in the same park that we used to play in. He was in Alan Partridge and James Bond. That's a bit of a... two different... what's it, majigs? Very different genres, Esther. Oh, Wanda, how frustrating. You got a virus from Zoom. I'd be very surprised if they did, Christine. Unless someone, well, I don't know. I don't think you can send one. Someone can send one via Zoom. I'll Google that because I'm not, yeah. I hope not, because I'm using Zoom quite a lot at the moment. Yes, Esther. So who remembers the, is it from the early 90s? Hi, Nydia. The early 90s, the Beauty and the Beast series that was set in New York with Ron Perlman. Who remembers that series? And is it Linda Hamilton? Before Terminator days. I've got this one bit of blue left. Oh, I could stick it in that one, couldn't I? See if I can cover up some of that glue. Well, you know how they lived in the sewers and everything underground? Well, in the same park that Esther and I were talking about, there was this grate, this massive big grate in the, I don't know, playground, as it were. And every time we passed it, we used to shout, "Beast, are you there?" It's just something silly we used to do. Yeah, there we go. We had a thriving fantasy life, we did. Right, so do you think I should do a dragonfly at the end? I think I quite like it because it sort of signifies life and whatever. And I'm sorry it is a retired one, but I just found it when I was going through my bag of Night of Navy scraps. I found it in there. You watched that shit? Yeah, I think quite a few of us did. I think I tried to watch it again many years later, and it was a bit slow. I have to confess. They're never quite as good as when you remember them. It's like when you watch MacGyver. I thought MacGyver was amazing. And then I watched an old episode, and I was like, oh gosh, this is really boring, isn't it? Oh yeah, I would have run a mile of someone. The message I got was the Zoom was not a secure site, so it would load it. Ah, thank you for that, Tonya. Ah. So you wouldn't load it. Sorry, Wanda, do you mean you won't load it to your phone because it's not a secure site? That's not very good, is it? Right, now I'm going to see if I've got some navy gems. Oh, I've got a blue gem. I could always... Oh! Ooh, ooh, ooh. These are dark blue, aren't they? Do you think that's big enough? I think I prefer the size of these ones. Oops. Oh, don't hop off. I'm just going to cut a couple out. Do a bit of a test run. Yeah, that's a better size, isn't it? There we go. Let's see if I've got any little yellow things that can go on here. See if I've got any yellow things that I can use. No, they're the wrong kind of colour, really. Oh, 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 oh! What are those? Oh, I could put blue ones in the middle of my dragonfly. These are glitter epoxy stickers from, ooh, probably about a catalogue ago. And I love them so much, I bought another set before they stopped selling them. Right. Just dotting them around, you know. Oh, I've got a bit of glue on here that I really don't want on there. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just trying to peel it back so I can get to that glue and get the glue off. I figured that you're going to have this far, you know, up on your hanging somewhere, so little, I don't know, little bits of damage is not going to be too obvious, is it? stick a gem on it. Yeah. No, it's all right. It should be okay. I mean, I suppose I could always cut another blue leaf, couldn't I? Okay, let's see if that would work. Because I have got other blue leaves there, so. Oh yes, Esther, I've got that on my desk. I was thinking that I'd use a new daffodil ribbon. Oh, there we go. That's perfect. It hides it. Thank you, Wanda. Okay, so let's look. It's because I saw Janice using this. And I thought it was so lovely. She tied my little box up with it. Yeah, that's going to look great. Now, what was I going to do? I need to punch holes, don't I? That would be helpful. Now, this is the tricky bit because got to make sure I don't punch over any leaves or anything. So. So this, you might just need to flip back sections to get into the holes. Punch the back to back. Punch the back to back. Oh, do you mean hold them up against each other? I could have punched the holes before I started sticking stuff on, to be honest. Good idea, Kay. Right, so that side is fine. I've just got to lift that leaf up. Whoop. Yeah, we look kind of. Hold on, I'll see if I can find a picture of us. Oh, here we go. I did a scrapbook page a while back. So that's Helen, and I tend to wear glasses now. So yeah. Right. Yeah, there are similarities between all of us, obviously, because we have the same genetics. So I'm just plugging in, guys. The battery's going. Okay. And there. I've just realised those two are slightly different, and I didn't want to do that, so I'm going to have to swap that one. This one's a bit too fiddly. I'm going to do this singularly. Yes, I guess the older we get, there's 2 years between us all. The older we get, there's less of an obvious difference between us, But Right, so I wanted to change out that yellow one for a darker one. Oh, mind you, I mixed them there as well. Oh, stop being pedantic. Okay, I'm just cutting a little point in that ribbon so it's just easier to thread. Just going to pull out a bit. So, sorry, if you guys got any questions, and then... Oh, yeah, lemon drizzle cake is delish. You can type that anytime you want. So if you're watching the replay and you're wondering who I'm talking to, please tap on the chat button and then it will make perfect sense. Good tip to cut what out, Esther? The bits and pieces or the circles? Oh, excellent, Kay. Do I have a bodkin? Oh, you have to remind me what a bodkin is, Wanda. It's a sort of word that I should know, but I might just need reminding of. Bodkin. Okay, so just I'd like to flip the ribbon to make sure it's all lying flat, because there's nothing worse than picking up your bunting after you've done it and then holding it up and things are flippy floppy going the wrong way. Hi Monica, they come eventually. I've been having problems recently with the chat function and I'm finding that they appear a couple of days later than usual. So if you prefer to watch things with the chat, then it's worth just holding on a few days. Oh, it's for darning. Oh. Bodkin. Is that like a sock mushroomy thing? Oops, twisted. Let's untwist you. Oh, I've spelt it wrong as well. Help if I spelt it right. Oh, okay, Wanda. No, I just use a paper clip or a safety pin for that. Steph. Well, mind you were putting an order in anyway, weren't you? You said that you were going to put an order in, so is that it then? What are you going to make? Oh, thank you, Vicky. Yep, once you know the trick with the teasers, you can't go back. And if you don't have tweezers, you can, of course, just do it with your fingers. Right. Oh, let's see if I can get this as high as possible. So I know I haven't done the H. I haven't forgotten about it. It's just that I'm going to do that in the morning. Okay, so he is... And if you make this, you can, of course, do whatever words, whatever letters you want. It could be a happy birthday, congratulations, a retirement bunting. Oh, I've got a twist there, but let's see if I can get that out. So these are the hand letter die set, they're called. So it's called, no, wrong one. Hand lettered prose dies. And you get all the alphabet, and you get an ampersand and an exclamation mark and some dots and brackets. You don't get the glue dots that are stuck onto the back of my packaging. That's just glue dots that have found their way onto it. There we go. Ah, there we go. Okay. Have you got the letters? See, look, I managed to get a twist in it, and I've had to kind of work it back out. So that is why it's worth checking after every single piece that you put on, just to check that the ribbon hasn't twisted. Not that it makes that much difference if you've got a little twist, one twist in the back, but oh, good, Kay, you've got them. Good. Right, there we go. Thanks for bearing with me, because this has been a bit of a long one to put together. But it's going to look lovely in my front room, nice and bright, and it's the sort of thing I'll keep each year and put in my Easter box. Just get it out every year. Do something, maybe make something different each year and add to it. So I've got my stamping that I did with the cross on it that I'll keep and get out. And I've got this now. Oh, and I put up my I've got one that says Pasg, P-A-S-G. It's Welsh for Easter. I mended that, and that's up at the moment. So that's from many years ago. So thank you, everybody. Lovely to see you. I'll quickly flippity-roo my camera. Let's have a look. Where's my... There it is. Ooh, there we go. Hello, everybody. Oh, in the background, can you see? I was going through some fabric today, and I found this old dress that I purchased in a charity shop, and I didn't like the collar on it, so I started unpicking the collar, and I've never got round to sorting it all out. Anyway, I tried it on this afternoon, and it fits really nicely. It's very retro. Look at it. Look how retro that is. It's like that card Esther made the other day. And then, what's this bit? Oh, this is the bit that I took off, I think. But I need to somehow rejig it so that I've got to change the neckline on it, which I'm a bit scared about. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the neckline. So I've got to unpick it carefully, and oh, I might just unpick this bit now. So yeah, any sewers out there? Has anyone been making masks and things? I've just joined a Facebook group of people who are making scrub bags and things like that for paramedics and, you know, frontline workers. Save the scraps. It looks like the ornate garden paper. Yeah. It does, funnily enough. The only thing is about this colour scheme, is that I really love it, but I'm not sure if this colour actually suits me. But it might be okay. It's a bit darker than my skin tone. Is it sunflowers? I'm not sure. I guess they're trying to be sunflowers-ish, with some sort of hydrangea type things. Oh, your sewing machine is broken. Yeah, Esther, you definitely won't be able to fit in this one. I get to keep this one. Haha. Yeah, more like a, yeah, sort of like a daisy. The centre's a bit flouncy of the flower, but got this odd little bit at the front of the neck that I'm just trying to cut off so that I can have a look at the neckline a bit better. Then I've got to decide what sort of neckline I want on it. Because it had this sort of cowl thing on it, which at the time I really didn't like, but now I'm thinking, oh, maybe I would have liked it. But I've taken it off now, so it's too late. Just a little, I don't know, a little bit of a round neckline would be nice. So I'm just going to have to be very careful to cut that. Very carefully. Oh, look, see, I've unpicked the what's the word? The selvage. Is that right? That goes on the inside. And I've slightly damaged the edge of the. See, that's folded over, but that's damaged there. A Shasta daisy. There we go. Oh, Anne-Marie's been making scrub caps. Well done, Anne-Marie. I saw a pattern for making little crocheted things with buttons on to put on the back of the masks to save their ears, because apparently nurses and doctors or whatever, or staff, are getting sore behind their ears because of the elastic. So if you can pull it back, facing, yeah, I think so. I'd bind the edge with a contrast fabric or ribbon. Ooh, that's an idea. Well, I'll see if I can actually save, because there's a whole section that goes all the way around the neckline. There's that piece, and I've got this bit as well. So it might be that I can make, actually I could probably make bias binding out of this section here. I'm sure my mum's got a bias binding maker. I can probably just cut it, and then if I iron it carefully, I can make my own bias binding. And then just stitch that all the way around once I've decided what neckline to go with. You see, there's a cut into. See that there's a tear or a cut into that section there, so I'm definitely going to have to trim it. So, dots for the 2 eyes. Yeah, I've done the dots for the 2 eyes. I put the gems on. can use glue dots to stick on. Glue dots to stick what on? Is it on the bias? That, yes, that piece is. Yeah. It was the old like cowl sort of collary thing, I think, that I took off. Yeah, it's getting, yeah, I can feel it. It's got the stretch in it, and I can see that it's cut on the bias. So yeah, it'd be really easy to. That's actually that's doubled actually. Look, so I'll get plenty. But that folds, that opens up. In actual fact, look. So yeah, lots there to make. I just got to get my head into gear with it, and I've got to put my sewing machine back together. Sorry, that sounds awful. I took the dog foot out to do some machine embroidery. Sorry, the feed dog, not the dog foot. The feed dog. That's right, isn't it? The feed dog. That is right, isn't it? So I've got all the bits in a pot that I need to put it back together. So I might have ruined my machine forever. But anyway, I've had it for, I've had it over 20 years. So I've got a good friend at church who she sews a lot. So yes, sorry, I'm wittering now. Yes, please feel free to go. You don't have to stay and watch me witter. Oh, that's my apron that I took off earlier. My apron. Some kind ladies bought this for me because I just sort of happened to like it, and they purchased it for me because they were in a shop with me at the same time. Look at that. Isn't it lovely? All red roses. Yeah, so lovely to see you, Monica. Good night. And Carol and Esther and all of you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. And I'll hopefully see you again tomorrow. So, yeah, thank you. It's always great to spend time with you. Did I just see a moth? Oh, I did. Oh, moth season has started. Awful. I'm going to have to hoover behind my sofa. Oh, I've got a tea towel. I can whip it. Oh, it's not a moth. It's just a chip on the door. I thought it was a moth sitting on my door. It's just on the door frame. It's not. It's just a little chip in the paintwork. I'm sure I saw a moth then. I'm a bit obsessed. Use the cut off bit to use as the binding around where the cut is. Yeah, definitely, Vicky. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Yeah, I don't need to get any more material because look, there's plenty here, isn't it? You could cut it more narrow and you can stitch it together and add it lower than the tear. Yes, I'm gonna recut the whole section. I don't know if your comments are yeah. Christine says MacGyver was great, not the new one though. Yeah, I watched the new one. I wasn't that impressed. It's like the new Knight Rider as well. It's like, But then when I watch the old one, it's like, oh, they're not as good. Not as good as I thought they were. I suppose memory's just like that, isn't it? Memories are funny. Oh dear. A V-neck. Yeah, possibly. You have to go with the opposite of what your face shape is, isn't it? So, yeah, I don't know. Don't know if a V would be right on me. I'll have to try some of my existing clothes on and check. See, look. See, would that be right? V or around? Oh no, I don't like that. So I don't mind it there like that. Anyway, thanks everybody. Take care for now. Bye.